On June 19, 1865, Union soldiers pulled up to Galveston, Texas, and informed over 250,000 enslaved people that they were free. Now, this was a major event in the history of American chattel slavery, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't make sense that this abolition effort was the one to reach federal holiday status in the 21st century. Subscribe to the History Realms YouTube channel and like the video down below if you enjoy what you see. Unless you're a nerd, you probably see history without nuance. For instance, people hear 19th Amendment, the amendment granting women the right to vote, and think, oh okay, so that's when women could vote. But in reality, many women were already granted suffrage long before the 19th Amendment, and many other women were still kept from voting after the amendment. It's no different here. People like to point to one document or event that ended slavery because it's simple to understand. But in reality, it's just more complicated than that. There were many events and political actions that slowly chipped away at slavery. But there is a clear big three here, with the Emancipation Proclamation being Drake, the 13th Amendment Kendrick, and Juneteenth, well that's J. Cole. But on a serious note, Juneteenth involved Union soldiers informing enslaved black Americans that they were free. The Emancipation Proclamation was issued by Lincoln in 1863, declaring that all enslaved people in Confederate states were free. And the 13th Amendment fully abolished slavery in the entire US, serving as the legal end of slavery nationwide in 1865. So, with clear and obvious events that freed significantly more slaves and are, quite frankly, better preserved in both history textbooks and public thought, why is Juneteenth the one to be celebrated? This is not a rhetorical question, I am genuinely asking. Isn't it a better idea to celebrate the Emancipation Proclamation, since it was essentially the beginning of the end of American slavery straight from the president's mouth? Shouldn't the 13th Amendment instead be the event that earned federal holiday status because of its constitutional strength? Yes, I am well aware of the issues with the Emancipation Proclamation and how it specifically applied only to Confederate states. I'm also aware of the 13th Amendment loophole, the black codes, the slave leasing programs, etc. And I have videos on these issues, although I am shy to recommend them to you because they're just not as good as my newer videos. I sound weird, the editing's bad, they're super long, you know what I'm saying. If you've done YouTube for a little while, you know what I'm talking about. The older videos always feel like utter garbage. I digress. Some of you are in the comments right now with warm thumbs, just slobbering on that keyboard. No, I don't think we should just forget about Juneteenth, as its story highlights the reality of the fractured and inconsistent abolition effort in America, and its uplifting as a federal holiday is a major milestone. But if we're going to establish a federal holiday celebrating the freedom of enslaved black Americans, I think it will make much more sense to establish it around the Emancipation Proclamation, because it was the catalyst for significant change in the American slaveholding period, especially in the South. Or the ratification of the 13th Amendment due to its constitutional reverence and national relevance. Both the Emancipation Proclamation and the 13th Amendment had much larger sweeping effects when it came to breaking down American slavery. So why don't they get holidays instead? Should black Americans try to turn their attention to another major abolition event or document, or should they just be grateful that Juneteenth exists? Like and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree with what I said, and let me know why. I appreciate you watching.